What's up, bros? How are you all doing? My name is MrInfamousHD, and I'm coming to you guys live. This is an intro video for the awesome community channel, TheGreatMafu. If you guys do not know who they are, I suggest you subscribe to them. They put out great commentaries, clips, montages, anything you need to see in Call of Duty, Battlefield, whatever game you want to know. Subscribe to them now because they are an amazing community channel. As I was saying earlier, this is my intro into their channel. My name is MrInfamousHD. I am 15 years old. I'm a sophomore in high school, obviously going to be a junior in a couple months. And I play Call of Duty, Battlefield, Mass Effect, plenty of games, Skyrim, anything. I recently just started putting up videos on my channel. This is my newer channel. I had an old channel that I kind of gave up on, and I had a lot of absences, but I'm changing it up now. I'm going to post regularly and everything possible. Obviously, at the moment, I'm playing my awesome, almighty Modern Warfare 3 game. It's a pretty good game, about like 28-9 or something like that. It's not that greatest, but it's still not bad. I believe I'm using my PPs, rapid fire, silenced, all that good stuff with my quick draw, sleight of hands, and I believe it is Stalker Pro. And on my sidearm, I'm obviously using the FMG9 because this is right when the game just released and FMG9 was still overpowered as hell. Even though it still is, this is back when it was super overpowered. Anyway, so my first commentary, I thought, besides introducing myself and the fact that, I am part white and I'm half Asian, I think that I was going to start my commentary. Regardless of what channel you're watching this on, this is going to be the first episode of another series that I'm going to start. It's a My First series, and pretty much I'm going to put out the My First for everything that I've ever done, and any problems or stories that I have that I come up with. And if I don't have a story or something, then I'm going to take a friend's or somebody or some guy I watch or a fellow viewer or whatever. If they want to give me their story, I might put that into a commentary and give them a shout out as well. Anyway, so let's just get on to the commentary. If you're watching this on my channel, or hopefully the TheGreatMafu's community channel, it should be a good one. Anyway, so this story is pretty much the first time I ever walked in on my parents. Alright, so I was about 5 years old at the time, or probably older. I was probably about 7 in all reality, and I had just like freshly moved to this new town, so I had like a couple new friends, and that was back when there were still big ass pagers. There was no real cell phones, and everyone pretty much just used a handheld from their house to call people. And so, being the new kid in town, you only had like 2 to 3 friends, all those guys. I had this fat ass friend named Ryan, and apparently he was my best friend. I have absolutely no clue. He fucking loved donuts. And then I had another friend named Alex, who apparently did not wipe shit, and I'm literally meaning wipe shit. And so I pretty much wanted to call my friends because I wanted to hang out, I'm a dumbass kid, just randomly all of a sudden in the day I'm watching fucking Blue's Clues, whatever the hell I was watching. I'm just thinking, oh, I'll call my fat ass friend Ryan. Sounds like a good idea. And I hear random noises coming from my parents' room as I'm walking up to it. And I'm questioning myself, is my dad hurting my mom? Sounds like a problem, maybe I should do something. So midway into getting there, I stop and then look in the closet and I grab my freaking t-ball bat because back in the day I was obsessed with baseball. Anyway, so I immediately just start like creeping into the room super slow, and this is apparently a 3-story house at the time, and this is the middle floor, and I lived on the my room was located on the top floor, and then obviously we had like this basement thing where we played like all our video games and like watched TV and had parties and stuff. So I was like creeping through, and the sandwich making place where we had a bunch of women and bitches up in there, and I was just walking through really, really slow, and I could hear, because my parents are pretty much at the end of the hallway, I just hear like rumbling, like a freaking earthquake coming from out of nowhere. Apparently my dad was going fucking hardcore or some shit, because I heard that shit from a mile away. I'm just creeping in. I freaking open the door, right? I have my bat raised and freaking ready, and then when I see my dad, like, getting it on and shit, that was, first off, the most traumatizing thing I've ever faced in my history of life, and second, that was also the funniest thing I've ever seen in the history of my life, because after remembering what happened, it was quite possibly the most hilarious thing ever. Not only had I seen them, going at it, I chucked my goddamn baseball bat at my dad just to see what would happen. And in return, he pretty much just went freaking tomato red. And my mom did too. And they just pretty much, scrambled out of bed after I pretty much ran all the way back upstairs to my room to watch like freaking more Power Rangers or whatever the hell I was watching, whatever Asian kids watch besides Pokemon nowadays. And I remember my mom and dad made a ploy, and apparently it worked, but it doesn't work anymore because back in time, I remember my mom had specifically gone all the way down into the basement and called me down, pretty much just say and try and trick me into believing that she was down there the whole time. I was seeing things, or I was like completely drunk or some shit. Drunk out of my mind, which is impossible because I was 7 years old and alcohol to me was like drinking a bottle of piss. Unless you're Bear Grylls, that's a problem. And in return, I pretty much believed it, and from that moment on, I believed, oh, my dad wasn't doing shit. I just tossed a bat at some random thing that I saw in my parents' room attacking my mom. So, that's a pretty odd thing to see, especially when you're that young and you barely even know about this shit, right? I was probably 2nd grade at most, and all this was freaking rushing me like nobody's business. It's the first time I've ever heard, seen, or experienced this type of problem or incident. But after learning it and remembering later on in life, I finally realized what was going on. Anyways, thanks guys for watching my video. I hope you liked it. Feel free to like, favorite, subscribe to me and TheGreatMafu. Thanks for watching, and tune in for the next series or next episode of any of my series. That's not even a word, but I hope you guys enjoyed. Give me another story you want to hear, and I might just put that up on the internet. Thanks guys for watching. Peace.